Okay, welcome back to Western Mike. Welcome to YouTube tonight. We have two topics today, and how about you come on in? So, it has been a good weekend, but it was an okay week. Some news. Let's go into some news. Heard something about tarantulas coming to the Bay Area, and yeah, that's consternating. Maybe relatives or high-profile celebs coming to the Bay Area, but tarantulas. Um, no, yeah, our guest list is not really up to speed lately. Seems like the only visitors we're getting are maybe not as desirable. Sorry, tarantulas. But yeah, I don't really want to walk in, especially when I've been trying to save electricity and decrease my electrical bill, and then just there's a damn tarantula. There's a damn spider that's bigger than my hand, and it's hanging above the bathroom. So, a daddy long legs, that's one thing, and those might even be, kind of sweet spiders and everything, but, full blown big spider with more colors than a weekday lunch salad. Um, no, yeah, probably, maybe you don't have to visit. No, yeah, you don't sting or bite me. Sting, bite. Um, you don't have to visit, but you don't have to visit. Let's see what else going on in the news as of late. Not really much of anything besides that. Haven't really heard anything. Uh, traffic has been bullshit. Just there have been a lot of. Even yesterday, there was a BS traffic jam on the bridge again. We were coming out toward the bridge, and it seemed like the closer we were getting toward the bridge, the more cars that there were, and than people. But then, as soon as we got to the bridge, there weren't any cars left again. So here I am thinking, um, gee, what the hell was the deal? What the hell was the reason for that traffic jam if it wasn't even going to stay like that near the bridge? Um, no, yeah, that seems to happen a lot, either when there's fog or just there are a bunch of motherfuckers who are just on their phone and just not paying attention. So, it's worse than a Waymo delay. It's worse than Waymo. It's worse than wait more, delaying everybody unnecessarily. Some of these, yeah, again, uh, you know, it's not that tough to pay the driver, and you don't have to keep harassing the driver. You can just, present your money and then sit down. You don't have to overcomplicate things. You don't have to be smarmy. You don't have to be mouthy about it. You just pay your fucking bill and then you park your ass down. Just pay your fucking bill and park your ass. Why you gotta make a scene every time you show up on the bus or you just got off an airplane? Um, so yeah, dealing with that annoying damn shit again. But besides that, everything was pretty good. Dealing with weekday traffic can be a little challenging. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the first topic. And that, of course, is going to be alcohol consumption. Drinking is best minimized and mixed. I've seen that. So, You know what? We'll have a drink on the weekend, not during the week. It's not so much a structured thing. It's just that, I don't want to drink every day. Um, some days I want to catch some Z's, and some days I don't even want to spend money. Um, no, yeah, if it's a day where you think that it's probably going to get in the way of something else, it's probably best that you not even do it. It's probably best that you not do things like drink alcohol on a day where you know that it's going to interfere, because already you have to wait until pretty much the evening time anyway. Um, and because you have to wait until the evening time anyway, then you have to worry about curfews and stuff like that. So it's a very small window of opportunity. It might as well be on a day where, noticeable effects even from that. Even this morning, only had three last night, and even then, that third one was kind of meant as kind of like sneaking it in as kind of like a reward. So I kind of really only had two drinks last night. And again, even after those two drinks, getting up this morning was not a cakewalk. Had to remind myself. So yeah. Let's do our weekly calculations here. No, yeah. Tuesday had four. Wednesday had two. Thursday had, would say three. No, yeah, not counting everything. This is what we got. This is what we got. And then last night had three. So, yeah, minus everything. Only a 10% reduction from last week, but this week it's going to be another 70 or 80% reduction again. But let's see about that. 12 minus 4 divided by 14. That's the target that you want every week, is at most 14 drinks. That's it. And that will be at least a 60% reduction from this week. So yeah, you have a very small window of opportunity when it comes to drinking alcohol. So you have to wait until the evening. You don't even then get that much time in the evening, because otherwise it's going to prolong, and you're going to want to keep on doing it, which that's annoying. Not only drinking too close to noon time, but also drinking a little bit too late. Both are depressing, especially on weekday and either daytime or late evening drinking are the absolute worst. I hate it. I hate it. You're basically taking something fun, and now it's hostily taken over your entire routine. Um, and it's not like during a busy, expensive week like this, you have a whole lot of time to do things in your own time. That's another reason I'm reducing this. Also, mixing it. You know what? I'm gonna have a U relax or some kind of calming tonic, or if I can, if it's allowed to. The nature of my job, just if I can have weed, I will have weed, just to make sure that again, I'm not always drinking. Not everything's speedballing, so you could have some alcohol. Then after you could have you could switch up, and you can have weed, or you can still have something relaxing. It doesn't have to be alcohol the whole time. Um, and and yeah, what we're concerned about is just, it's kind of dickish to drink from noon to midnight, if not later. I used to do that all the time. It's dickish. It's dickish. You're going to struggle. Um, Alcohol is way better in a small amount on the weekend only, and you're going to do other stuff in the evening too. It's not going to be an alcohol derived night. I'm not about those. I don't like alcohol nights. I don't like drinking evenings. I like doing things. I like, variety with my evening. If I'm I've seen. I don't know about you, but I've seen this. Maybe you want to admit that about yourself too, so that I know who the hell I'm dealing with. It's just maybe you might agree with me on this. It's just alcohol is fun, but so are other things. It's fun to do alcohol and other things too. It's not fun to do only one thing. I'm not going to do the same damn thing all night. It's especially not all day or all night, even if it's Friday. It's depressing. Even for lunch yesterday on Friday, had an NA beer. Didn't get a beer, had an NA beer. Wanted to finish my work in peace and wanted to do something other than get plastered. If there's effects from this, from even 2 or 3, not 4 or 5, uh, although it's not as unmanageable, still present. Well then, well then, starting that, you know, when you're having when you're having to juggle that and work during the week, or do that's impossible. And doing that too early in the daytime, even on a day, that's impossible. Right now, I'm not drinking. Right now, I'm here talking to you guys. I'm talking shit with you guys, but at least I'm not drinking. At least I'm not having you know, morning screwball, or at least I'm not doing a hair of the dog or some kind of BS like that. I don't need to. I don't need to. Why? Because I conquered, at least last night, over consumption. Um, Overconsumption of alcohol is the worst of the worst. You lose money, you lose time. Um, no, yeah, have sometimes been struggling unnecessarily because of this. It's just you lose sleep, can't get out of bed as easily, following overconsumption. You forget things that you were doing. Another effect of overconsumption, maybe overcompensation, stemming from, obvious reasons such as overconsumption. Any overconsumption is bad. It'll blow up your belly. You have to go back to stuff you were doing before, but now you have to do it. So, the gym and stuff like that. You were doing that before because you wanted to, and you were enjoying the results. Now you have to do it again. Why do you want to do it again? Why do you want to do it again? Because now you have to. You're mandated. And you're no longer interested. You're mandated. Um, And already on Friday even, I'm doing kind of a snack day on Friday, so it makes the addition of drinks a little bit harder from a calorie standpoint. So yeah, 3 drinks is gonna be 300 calories, pretty much. 4 or 5 drinks, you know where those numbers lie. So it's just, do you want to drink a whole day, or do you want to drink in a reasonable amount? Do you want to as other YouTubers said, blow chunks, or do you want to catch Z's? Sleep is very important to me, and sleep helps maintain weight even, and sleep will also just help start the next day. The mission is starting and ending the day responsibly, not ruining it. Uh, yeah, I'm a little bit more of an impulsive person, but you know what? They shouldn't be reckless impulses. They can be fun impulses, but they should not be reckless impulses. Even weekday spending is a reckless thing to do. You have to do your commute. You have to work already. That's the domination of the Monday, Tuesday, etc. So why? Just you, no spend days. That's probably the easiest for that. Is probably the week. So why? Um, and part of this also is it's not necessarily my goal to not get drunk on a weeknight. That's easy. My goal is reduction. That's where, a lot of the effort comes in. The only reason why you're weekday drinking is because you want to see if you won't get drunk. You want to see if you won't get drunk. You want to see if you're gonna, juggle one responsibility with another. And when one responsibility may have as much red tape as the other. No, yeah, all work these days has red tape, significant red tape. All work does, all work does. So yeah, you can join us, but you're gonna learn that lesson. So, no, yeah, just be forewarned. You heard it here first. You're gonna join the workforce. There's gonna be a lot of hand wringing. There's gonna be a lot of regulation. And you have to be cool with that. You have to be cool with that. You can't flip out about that. Yeah. No, yeah. Everybody just trying to make sure that everything is in ship shape. Yeah. I get that. I don't know if I dig it, but I get it. No, yeah. Alcohol has a lot of regulation. Too much red tape with alcohol. You have to worry about one rule after the next. So don't do that stupid drunk stuff. Because you're gonna forget all the red tape and regulations you had to kind of, exercise, rehearse in your head, before even your first sip. Yeah, why not just have three? Why not even just have two or even one? Some weeks we'll do that. We'll just have one drink. It just means you had the least amount, and you spent the most amount of time doing other things. So you spent the most amount of time doing other things. No, yeah, life is not all about drinking. We're living in a society where life has pretty much started to revolve around drugs. Um, Even at dinner last night, not everybody had alcohol. There were not every single, even over at the bar last night, not every person had alcohol on their person. And some people weren't even doing it, and it was already 5 or 6 o'clock on a Friday. Were they doing it? No, no, they were was even getting a little bit jelly about those folk. Those folk were exercising. So, we'll get very annoyed with Marin County because of a lot of its characteristics. But one very notable and, if even commendable characteristic of Marin County is the prevalence of people doing things other than drinking, even during drinking hours. Acceptable drinking hours. I have seen so many people now just exercising instead, or they just walk around with a nice juice in their hand. I'm trying to do that during the daytime. I saw that earlier this week. Was Yeah, it's a lot less depressing to just walk around with a nice juice at 3 o'clock than to already be sitting down, and then, trying to have a half pint because you're not trying to already be drunk at 3 in the morning. Um, no, yeah, half pints are dangerous. They're like a beer shot. I don't even want to do that. No half pints. I don't like half pints. They're incredibly. Even bartenders tell me just get the whole beer. Um, Right, but I don't want to have too many of a one single beer. But half pint. Thank you. But half pints, on the other hand, are incredibly burdensome to the body because it makes it very hard to keep track. Half pints also, not only drinking too late or too early, even on a weekend day only, but also half pints are extremely, incredibly dangerous for a drinker. Anybody drinking alcohol, half pints are dangerous. You should avoid them. You should avoid doing them. Um, no, yeah, really only anyone who really knows really can do it. Maybe they can do that. Me, I'm just kind of average here. I'm not gonna be touching the half pints. I can't do that. I'll have a beer with you, but I can't do the half pint game. That to me that just sucks, and it sucks the life out of me. And half pints are incredibly dangerous. Um, yeah, there are so many rules with this. So yeah, I'm not going to make it a 24/7 thing. And also, it doesn't taste that good. Well, it can, some of it can, but alcohol is always dealing with kinds of things in alcohol. So, just know that even if you're minimizing and mixing it, you're still doing it, or you're still exposing yourself to it. And just how even even bartenders don't particularly like it that much. Do I like it? Not that much. Not that much. It doesn't taste that good. My porch beer last night. Uh, my porch beer last night. It was okay. It didn't taste, like something to write home about. So, and then you're just kind of doing this once or three times, and that's pretty much it. And that's maybe 1 or 2 days a week, and that's pretty much it. So, no, yeah, I'm not gonna really do this that much. And then when I'm doing it, it's gonna be with other stuff, and I'm not going to be a sneak. So yeah, no rewarding myself with one more drink until I'm drunk. No half pints again. In my book, incredibly dangerous. Uh, so so there's a lot of red tape with drinking alcohol, and it's just half the time it's just not worth it. You already have to deal with that stuff at your job. You already have to deal with that stuff with your commute. So just focus on the job during the week. Don't worry about trying not to get drunk during the week. Worry about doing a good job during the week. Um, when I focus on myself during the week, I do a good job. When I try not to get drunk because it's Tuesday, I don't do as good a job. I can be a little sloppy. I can be a little reactive. So simply worry about, did you get drunk this once or twice a week? No, good. Well, then do that next week. Don't worry about drinking Mike during no, yeah, focus on Western Mike during the week. Don't worry about drinking Mike during the week. Here's my take on weekday drinking. This is my opinion. This is my As somebody who likes to focus on doing stuff. This is my honest opinion about daytime uh, about weekday drinks. Yeah, not a fan of drinking during the week with everything you have to do, all the stuff you want to do, and when there's not a whole, you know, even some alcohol is a significant quantity of alcohol, and alcohol is significant in quantity, but is time significant in quantity? Is time significant in quantity? Is energy significant in quantity? Is wanting to solve all these mismanagement problems in the blue states, especially? is that with traffic jams unnecessarily and a bunch of people giving people attitude about stuff they didn't even discuss in the first place. Uh, is that plentiful? No, no. So you don't have a whole lot of time for stuff. So you probably don't have a whole lot of time for drinking. Don't be one of these people trying not to get drunk during the week. Just don't drink during the week. No, yeah, I'm not going to be one of these people who's trying not to get drunk during the week. I'm just gonna try to not drink during the week. And it's easy. It's like I had it, I enjoyed it. Now I'm focused on other things. I'm not even gonna do it today. It keeps coming up in my damn head, and then my head is rejecting it because it'll feel better when after today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, did other things and I'm gonna get some kombucha later today. I might get some more extra stuff. I have a T-shirt coming. I also have a handheld vacuum that hopefully the charging mechanism in the handheld vacuum, hopefully that still works after 24 hours. So I have one of those coming today too. And it's just so much to do. Only drank 4 days this week, man. That's a reduction from some weeks where I was drinking literally every single day, or I was drinking, most days. No, yeah, give yourself a break at least 3 days, even if you're more of a weekday drinker, even if you're more of a, therefore, would say frequent drinker. At least give yourself 3 days. I need at least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It won't always be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sometimes it may be, Thursday, Friday, Tuesday. But I need at least 3 days, probably even 4 or 5 days away from that stuff. Um, it's the reason why you got to see me here today. It's the reason why you get to still see me. So. No, yeah, make no mistake about it. That stuff can be fun, but if you're not careful, it will overtake you. You will become hostage. You're no longer customer. No, you're no longer customer, even if you weren't 86. But you have now become hostage. Um, no, yeah, I was even trying to make sense of the bottle that I got last night, that I received last night, that I paid for last night, and then received. Was trying to make sure that the amounts on that bottle were not too high, and that it was aligned with what I was doing. And last night I had maybe 3 drinks. That's it. That's it. This morning I woke up this morning, and now I'm going to go do as much as fun as that was. Now I'm going to go do something else. Um, Gonna get kombucha. Might get a haircut today. Although I don't really need it. When's the last time that Bonzo needed a haircut? No, yeah, last time needed a haircut was when kept maybe ignoring those times when it was starting to say it's time to get a haircut. But no, yeah, I like doing other things. I don't want the 24/7 drugs, BS. I don't want that. You don't want that. I'm awake now and it feels great. It feels great. So and it's good to be talking to you guys without any kind of drugs. You don't see me with any kind of drugs, nothing like that. And now I'm starting to feel like now I can get back to being kind of a person who, or like a character, if you will. One of my favorite character does this, kind of going without any kind of substances on my person at all. It's kind of a marker of independence in a way. If you want to be independent, then you don't need to carry stuff every time. You don't need to bog yourself down unnecessarily every time. And if you want to minimize everything, then you could do other things, especially other days. And then alcohol does not, and drugs don't revolve around your life. So thanks. We're going to get into intermission, and then we're going to have a bit of a word. And you will look. Hopefully, you are looking forward to it, and we will be back in a minute. All right. It looks like we have some people tuning. It looks like we have some people tuning in. So here's the second topic. Narcs, a word about having a word. No, yeah, this is what I said to somebody at the grocery store the other day. We were having this conversation again, but this time I wasn't. I wasn't critical. I wasn't. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. I wasn't doing that. Wasn't doing that. Unnecessary. But instead, I wasn't being a Pollyanna. I wasn't being a Pollyanna either about it. No, friendo. Instead, what I was saying to you at the grocery store was, "Hey, excuse me, were you trying to tell me how to purchase lemons?" Um, hey, here's the thing. Listen, I don't mean to be a dick, and this is how I see a lot of people talking to people this way who are being annoying. I don't mean to be a dick, but I'm a believer in people being gentle. Right, right. This is a busy grocery store on a weekday, and you don't have to be interested in me as your neighbor, but when we're all trying to get things done and have a lot to deal with right now, we don't really need your pontifications. No, yeah, some folk had two women mouth off at me in the last 12 hours. That's incredibly frustrating. And then the other woman who was doing that, I was telling the driver, like, whoa, back off a little bit. You're cutting me off and you're kind of staring at me crazy, giving me hella attitude. I didn't do anything to you. And then this woman with glasses and kind of a smart alecky tone kind of butt in the intersection and said, "Oh, take a picture of him." Thank you, Captain Obvious. Hey, how about don't tell me what to do? Um, no, yeah, I kind of was saying stuff that maybe I shouldn't have said, but what I could have said in that case, even though that was also getting on my nerves, was hey, how about keep your own house in order? Hey, how about mind your own business? Hey, how about don't tell me what to do? You're 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 kind of doing you're talking to me about harassment, but then you're kind of doing the same thing. How the hell is your ass gonna tell me about how to deal with harassment if you're doing the same thing? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't fly. There's something about it that just does not tick, Mickey's computer. Um, no, yeah, you see that a lot. You see people will even barge in. Uh, you're already dealing with an unpleasant human being, and then somebody else has to barge in, and they think that they're helping this situation, but really they're being not an innocent, but an annoying bystander. And now you're dealing with two people triangulating against your ass, instead of anybody trying to behave like an adult. So, no, yeah, I have seen that happen quite a bit often in the Bay Area. And that's very, very annoying. Yeah, you're already dealing with annoying people, and then also other annoying people thinking they're controlling the situation. They barge in, and now you're dealing with their commentary, and they're trying to veil the fact that they also are, being an attention whore. So no, yeah, don't be. I don't know. I've never met you before. Don't be a little attention whore. The universe doesn't revolve around you. You don't have to be a little attention whore. Um, See, here's the thing. Here's the thing, sweetheart. Is you think that you're helping, but you're just barging in on me, and you're being a bit of an attention whore. I might not say that, outright, but you need to hear the truth. Narcissists, you're running your mouth. You narcissists are constantly running your mouth. You're going to piss somebody off. You start drinking alcohol, somebody's going to slap you, and the bouncer is going to come over. And you think they're going to throw out the person slapping you? No, no. Think again. Think again. Narcissists, whether it's, bullshit parents always trying to sound, kind of tough with people. I get it, but I don't really agree with that approach. Or maybe not trying to sound tough, but being kind of sissy and then trying to sound tough about it. No, yeah, some of the bullshit parents around here. No, yeah, don't constantly try to go around and act like you're cool. Stop trying to act like, you're kids. Yeah, even your kids are looking at you and they're saying, "Well, fuck this shit." So yeah, I don't want to deal with this, and I don't want to deal with, people every time I leave my house, and somebody just has to act out, and then somebody else has to comment on that acting out. Shut the fuck up. Everybody, not to be a dick, but I believe this rings true here with the constant triangulation attacks or narc attacks using your kid against me, or people with their constant triangulation attacks. Everybody shut the fuck up. You need to shut the fuck up. Narcissists, you need to learn to shut the F up. Because if you don't, you're going to see just what others really think. You keep running that mouth to nowhere, and you keep running that mouth to nowhere, and you're going to see that some of us are at the edge of the bar, but that doesn't make us look bad. We don't look bad because we're sitting at the edge of the bar. Don't tell other people what to do. That's what I was saying to quite a lot of people yesterday. Hearing people blaring their horn instead of just do like a friendly car tap. Friendly tap, that'll suffice. Instead, have to hear these smart alecks with their blaring their car horn. To each their own. Don't tell other people what to do. It's not responsible. It's irresponsible, and it's unprofessional, and it's going to make you and me and everybody look like a hapless dick. Okay? So no, yeah. Just don't. Part of that seems to be trying to. What is that? Try to be a hero. Trying to be some badass about your 2 cents. I'm spending money today, guys. We'll spend a little bit of money. Have to go get kombucha. Didn't do that yesterday. But then might also get a haircut. But then also because this is a day off. Monday through Thursday are not a day off. Sunday's not totally a day off. Have to get ready. But Friday, Saturday are a day off. So today might go get a gyro even and bring it back and eat it with my salad. So yeah, I might do that on Saturday. But yeah, I'm not, even if I'm struggling, even if I still have some of my bad habits, which I do, my goal is not to try to look or talk better than other people. My goal is to look or talk better than myself. Than myself. Don't be better or look better or dress better or buy groceries better than others around you. Look or be or buy or dress or talk better than you. Than you. Compare it to you. Be neurotic, if anything, toward you. Micromanage you. Make side comments about you. During the weekday, stop trying to be one of the best, most efficient drinkers and workers in the world. Don't worry about stuff that will be there Friday, Saturday. Worry about you. Okay? Just, man. Oh, where's all the mystery? Why am I having conversations with people on a freaking Wednesday afternoon at 3 o'clock? What are you doing? What are you focused on? Why are you trying to get drunk on Wednesday at 3 o'clock? And then you're showing up and then you're all, look at me, I know everything. You're going to lose everything. Nobody is going to want to hear what you have to say. You don't have to sabotage yourself and other people just to then discuss success, just to then claim to be a guru. How about just do what's comfortable? What's comfortable for me is you know what? I like to have a little bit of fun. I don't want to be serious all the time. Yeah, I can be serious, but I also don't want to be serious all the time. I do. I don't want to be serious all the time. I don't like. Um, Even when I should be serious, I'm kind of being a little bit more kind of comedic, rather comedic, maybe unnecessarily sometimes. I get it. I get it. But you know what? It's just weekends. I like to indulge a little. Weekdays, I like to hang back. I like to hang back. I like to square my day away first, like I do any day. I squared my day away first, like any day. No, yeah, indulgence is not my target. I'm not. I don't want. I I kind of want the icing more than the cake. No, I don't need life to totally be cake. Shit. I worry about the way some folk be showing up. I worry. You tell me how some folk were targeting me, but then you're coming up on me and interrupting me the second you get the chance. You're telling me to be more responsible, and yet when you see me be more responsible, am am worried about you because people tend to say things and then not make a policy of it. Worried that maybe while I'm being responsible, I'm missing out on you being able to hold 10 drinks. No, yeah, hopefully I'm not talking shit there. But no, yeah, I'm worried that just this has become a culture of just insane consumption, overconsumption. Call it, you know what? Con- Consumption overload. Consumption overload. There should be like a closet for consumption overload. Hate it. Hey, you think I like it? Pff, no. No, yeah, and it's nice to spend some time to recover, to chill out, because it can feel like a job. Honestly, indulgence can feel like a job. So yeah, no, Mon at least through Monday through Friday, with some cheating on Friday, of course, within reason. I'm focused on focus. And Sunday, get ready for work. After work Friday and Saturday, that's my fun window. So yeah, it's not so much I'm trying to be structured, it's just that, sometimes I like structure and sometimes I like fun. So I think I don't know if that's a personality thing, like judging and perceiving. I don't know if it's even that. I think everybody does that. It's just, weekdays. I don't want to be drunk on a weekday, but I don't mind if maybe that happens sometimes on the weekend. No, yeah, I think that's probably many, if not most people. Um, and problem with indulgences is that they're both delicious, but also you could see how sometimes it's not that awesome. It's not that special. Might get a gyro later today. It'll be good. It'll be a pleasant thing to do. But I'm not going to have shiny object syndrome about it. It's just if I get a gyro to go with my salad that I'll make later today, we'll still make a salad. I'm not going to worry about just how good something is. No, yeah, see, doing the YouTube reviews, it's not. People might judge you for that. It's not necessarily the reviewing. It's because you're maybe giving that stuff too much attention. So, um, that tells me that, you know what, some indulgences might not be indulgences after all. Some indulgences might be kind of burdens, and they can mess with your reasoning a little bit, right? I had that problem. People had to tell me about that. How to approach other groups. You don't. I know, yeah, I had to learn that stuff, and yeah, trying to remind myself of stuff like that. Will purposefully go out to let everybody else kind of enjoy what they're doing. No, it's the weekend. It's no longer the work week. We'll be a little bit more responsive toward others, but we'll still make it a point to kind of hang back and kind of do my own thing. Um, if I'm an extrovert, one burden of being an extrovert is being a little overly friendly. So, and you couple that with alcohol and stuff like that really doesn't look good. So, there seem to be a lot of wasted people around. A lot of people seem wasted. A lot of people seem just high. Um, and I'm worried about you. Because 1 second people are saying, hey, leave everybody alone, but then the next second, the second that you go out, too many people are trying to talk to you at once, and his neighbors even who either ignore or bother you. And it's just you're not going to either, if sometimes both, ignore or bother me. You're not going to be an island. Either we're going to communicate or we're going to shut the fuck up and walk away about it. But no, you will not do that kind of play games with me. I won't stand for it. I don't like how neighbors are either giving me the silent treatment or interrupting me at the grocery store, heckling me. I don't appreciate that at all. I saw one kind of douchey kind of parent, and he simply just walked past me at the grocery store. There was enough room. There wasn't going to be an accident. It's not like there was going to be an accident, but that guy felt the need to say whoa to me. And I was like, excuse me. Oh, you, whoa, 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 whoa. We were not about to have a thing just then. There was enough space. Just, calm down a little. I'm still quite alarmed by that. That alarmist attitude. I'm still quite alarmed by that. So it's just our culture is drinking too much, and then we're losing our reasoning. Oh yeah, even Escape from New York Pizza. Think they kind of hide the alcohol so that they kind of want you maybe to get something else, or they have some draft beer over there, but then they kind of hide other alcohol because I think they're trying to kind of prioritize the food over there. They kind of want you to think about the food over there, not booze, not drugs. Places will even straight up not serve alcohol anymore, especially if it's the daytime. I think I've noticed. Um, oh yeah, that kind of predatory guy, twice my age, saying, yelling "whoa" at me for supposedly about to crash into him while we were walking at the grocery store, and I'm like, dude, don't even. Don't start with me. That was immature. That was beyond immature. And that was probably somebody who was a little bit drunk. There was another customer who seemed kind of drunk, and I asked a staffer a question, and he kind of butt in. He was sitting near me, not with me, but near me, and he just kind of totally butt in, uh, again in the grocery store, and just made a nasty kind of comment to me. Um, uh, appreciate the free headache. So yeah, I don't like dealing with, you know, narcissists, daytime drunks, druggies, tweakers, more insensitive morons. I don't like these people at all. I don't know about you. I don't like morons. Um, I've told them over and over again. It's just I'm in the middle of something. We can talk later. I'm in the middle of something. We can talk late, but we can talk later. Later. Wait. Be patient. Not everything's about you. Hey, little Mr. and Mrs. Entitled. Not everything revolves around you. You don't have to blurt everything off the top of your head. Um, you don't have to dictate the entire fucking day. Other people, we notice that, and we don't like it. Um, telling people what you approve of, people asking people at the restaurant to play on the TV. You're not in charge of that. No, yeah, you're not in charge of that. Um, I don't care. Joke, is that relevant? I don't care. You're not in charge of that. You don't tell other people what to do. Don't tell me what I can or can't watch on the TV at the restaurant. It's my decision. I'm the one who started talking about it first, and you may have been there first, but I talked about it first. It's my decision. Don't really like the lack of uh, deference. I hate the prevalence of drugs in Marin County, and I don't like the lack of deference simultaneously. So yeah, like saying hi to people, but it's kind of in a sarcastic head nod kind of way. The sup nod is reserved for business meetings. You don't really just go around and do that stuff everywhere. Don't be a Pollyanna. Um, so yeah, as we've become more accustomed to drugs in this culture, we've become more accustomed to the behaviors associated with excessive drug use. These are not behaviors you want to be associated with. These are not behaviors that you want to be displaying, especially not in downtown San Francisco. And it's particularly not, the more wealth is present. You do not have to try to prove yourself during the week with drug use. Let me tell you, it is impossible. Trying to navigate juggling weekday drinking with being a responsible adult is impossible. You don't have to do that. It's a trick. You don't go out because you enjoy it, but then keep to your limits, and maybe that's just one of the days where you do it. But then even in that case, you don't have to do it every day. So yeah, honestly, I'm somebody who doesn't always stick to the weekend only rule. I don't always do that. But then I try to have at least a couple days where I'm not doing anything and I'm just having fun, relaxing without the need for drugs, without the need for that, and then just prioritizing my sleep and my preparation. So, no, yeah, at least just don't do it every day. Come on. And that's just the whole thing of, it's just, what about just doing different things? And some things you can't do every day. You can't even do moderation every day. Moderation in every day is cancer. Uh, Even minus that, just doing other things. So yeah, yesterday I did some drugs. Today I'm not going to do any drugs. It can be really just like that. It can be that simple. Even if you have like me, even if you struggle to wait until the weekend, you could still at least be somebody who says, you know what, yesterday okay, but today I'm going to go do something else because I want to focus. And I want to be a responsible U.S. citizen. I don't want to be a tweaker. You can say this to yourself right now. I don't want to be a tweaker. I don't want to go around disrespect people and be annoying and be a nuisance to people. I don't want to be a tweaker. I want people to know, what I'm saying. No, yeah, I don't want to be contributing to a society that has become a zombie. I reject the zombie society. I reject. I reject. Um, I'm in favor of being awake during the daytime. And while I might still do that sometimes here or there, in general, I'm in favor of being awake during the week. Fuck it. I don't. I am against weekday drinking. You don't even have to drink on the weekday. You can just wait until the weekend. Some weekends you can do it more, others you can do it less. Why drink during the week? You're just having to juggle more stuff, and that's hard to do, and it's kind of annoying. So it gets annoying after a while. Uh, no, yeah, and drinking is it's too much red tape. So then you're having to deal with both your job and red tape drinking. Um, no, yeah, drinking on the weekday can be fun, but if you ask me, it's not as good as a weekend. And when I wait until the weekend, I know that I won't be exhibiting any tweaker behavior, and I don't want to do that. So, because that's tough to deal with, and it's probably tough on the people around me. So, thanks. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. See you in the next video. Not sure when the next video will be. Probably next Saturday, again at 7 a.m. Let me know if this time works for you guys. I could probably do another time too. I like 7 a.m. because, again, that's an incentive. But yeah, I appreciate I appreciate folk for tuning in and seeing what I had to say. Hopefully you agree, and hopefully you had a good time, and this gave you kind of a sense of things. No tweaking. And if you don't want to be tweaking, you can't spend too much time around the things causing the tweaking. All right, guys, and have a good one, and maybe see you in Tiburon, or maybe see you over here in Larkspur. Who knows? Who knows? But have a good one, and oh yeah, and if you want to see me, you just gotta ask. You just gotta ask. Um, love you guys, and have a good one, and talk soon. Enjoy your week, and wishing you a healthy week. I'm even going to go back to having healthier weeks myself. Wishing everybody a healthy, happy week, and over and out. Thanks. Thank you, and have a good night. Have a good day. Bye-bye. No half pints. Whole drinks are easier.